Hi guys, welcome back to another Hugh video. In this video, I'm going to be showing off my new studio setup for 2020. Behold, a whole room entirely dedicated to making my YouTube videos. I've just moved house and I'm no longer restricted to making these videos in my bedroom, which I've done ever since I started creating YouTube content. So it's time to go behind the scenes and see where I'm filming, producing, and editing my videos. What was originally a bedroom, I converted into my studio. This required lots of work as the second story of my house required rewiring, as the light and power circuit was running off the same 10 amp breaker and 1930s wiring. With the rewire, I had 2 extra power points installed to remove the need of running my whole studio setup off one power point like I previously had at my old house. Besides just putting in the furniture, I could finally hang up my 100,000 subscriber YouTube award. With the help of my dad, that was a pretty easy job, considering there was already one screw in the wall. Now that that's done, let's see how I've set everything up. Doing a quick overview, you can see that I have separated my studio into 3 main parts. My desk setup, storage for all of my parts and tools, and my main filming area, which is what you mostly see in all of my videos. Starting with my desk setup, my main computer which I use to edit my videos is a 2010 Mac Pro, packing 2 6-core 3.46 GHz Xeon processors to create 12 cores and 24 threads. Loaded with 64 gigs of RAM, a GTX 980, 2 terabytes of NVMe storage, and a vast number of other SSDs and hard drives inside, it can handle anything I want it to. For displays, I use 3 69cm Apple Cinema displays and an Apple keyboard, trackpad, and mouse combination. Underneath the desk, you'll find a hidden shelf, as well as some cable management, which has been done to hide some of those ugly cables. On top of my desk, I have my iPod Hi-Fi system, my old custom iPod Classic 5th generation, and my microphone hidden behind my monitor, as I don't yet have a boom arm. On the left-hand side of my desk setup is this little hallway cabinet which I have loaded with chargers for laptops, as well as my Windows PC up top for PC-based apps for jailbreaking and so on. Moving across to my main filming area, which is where you're looking at most of the time, is of course where I create all of my YouTube content. There's not much to see here, as really it's just a table with a melamine top on it, but underneath I do have a 10-port USB hub for charging various devices. Coming across to my storage unit, on the top bench space, you'll find a power supply which is home built using an old computer power supply, a multimeter, helping hands, a soldering iron, my JC Pro 1000S for reprogramming screens and iPhone batteries, as well as my hot air rework station. Coming down a level is where you're going to find a lot of my smaller parts, adapters, batteries, dock connectors, as well as all of my tools and camera equipment. Now, a lot of these tubs and containers contain both new and used parts, some which I use for testing and others I use to actually build up and repair devices. This shelf is also where I house all of my tools and equipment for repairing devices. Starting off in the right hand corner is where I store all of my microfiber cloths. I've also got an iFixit eye opener tool. I've got various razors. I use these to get into Apple Watches, along with obviously cutting various bits and pieces. Next to that is a pair of wire strippers and also this little brush which can be used for brushing off dust from components and so on. I've got some adhesive and tape, which is obviously a very useful thing in phone repair, and above that is some safety goggles and some cleaning supplies. I've also got various clamps. These are very useful around the studio to hold things in place. I've also got a pair of suction cups, which are from iFixit for those wondering, and also this pair of suction pliers, which are used to lift up iPhone displays. I've also got a pair of needle nose pliers and side cutters for various things around the office. Along with that, I've got a hot glue gun, although I don't use that very often, as hot glue doesn't hold things down as strong as adhesive. Now, in terms of the toolkits I use to open up and repair devices, my main kit is an iFixit Protect toolkit, which contains all sorts of bits and pliers and whatnot. And I've also got their other bigger toolkit as well, which is more useful for bigger devices. The last few items on this shelf are my other lens for my camera, batteries for both my camera, various lights, sliders and so on, and the battery chargers for these products. Moving further down, you'll see all of my devices ready for repair and future videos. These range from iPhones, Samsungs, MacBooks, iPads. There's a bit of everything in here, and hopefully all this stuff will make it to a YouTube video soon enough. So if you're wondering what my upcoming videos were and wanted a little bit of a sneak peek or an insight, this is the shelf containing it all. Also on this shelf, in a similar container, I keep all of my new displays, adhesive and so on for these phones that are in the previous grey tub. Moving across to the other half of my shelf, you'll notice that I have yet again more tubs and containers filled with various things. Starting at the top, I have a stack of hard drives which range between 320 and 500 gigs in size. I also have a tub full of miscellaneous screws. Moving down a shelf, you'll notice two little storage tubs with drawers in them, and in there I have a whole variety of different things. The top drawer contains all of my iCloud on but not erased phones. The second drawer contains various logic boards from the iPhone 4 and 4S, each with their own issue, which I'm going to use to practice repairing and micro soldering on before I work on more expensive, newer phones. Most of these are iCloud locked, so there's no harm if I damage them further. Below that is all my mounting and cable management hardware. I highly recommend these little square things. You can run zip ties through them and easily cable manage your wires and things. It's actually a very neat little solution. The last drawer contains a mid-frame for an S4, a back for an S5, and two Galaxy S8 rear panels. The other set of drawers at the top contains a whole range of iPod parts. Some of these are used, some of these are new as well. In the second drawer, I have a miscellaneous range of flex cables, home buttons, and various other new components. In the third drawer, I have all of my micro soldering parts, such as flux, solder paste, and even a new NAND flash for an iPhone 4S, which I'm going to try and install myself. In the last drawer, I have all of my practice logic boards, which is where I started out taking components off and sort of learning the ins and outs of micro soldering. Below these shelves are more containers and tubs. In the first tub, you'll find a range of different phone chargers for iPhones, Samsungs, wall adapters. There's even a pair of headphones in there, as well as my case tub, which you guessed it is full of cases for various different phones. I also have a full tub of RAM and hard drives. This memory is pretty old, ranging between 128 megabytes to about 4 gigs. So this is it, my complete YouTube setup for the beginning of 2020. While many improvements will be made over time, this is the beginning of a new era for my videos. I hope you enjoyed this little insight into how I'm producing my videos. I have come a long way since 2011 and have had many different setups and computers. But after years of hard work, I finally have my own studio to create content thanks to my subscribers and viewers. And on that note, this has been a Hugh Jeffreys video. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button and consider checking out the setup playlist for more videos just like this one. Also make sure to follow me on my social media, link for which is down in the description. That's all for this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.